Hello there, my name is Sarah, and I'm going to show you how to create a lead magnet campaign within your own Infusionsoft app. Now, if you've read up on lifecycle marketing, you'll know that the attract phase is a huge part of getting lifecycle marketing to work because you need a list to mail. Um, and a big part of getting the attract phase to work is to have a lead magnet. So, and what I mean by that is something that you're going to give away in exchange for people's first name and email address. So you've probably seen several websites around that offer you a cheat sheet or a PDF of some sort or an ebook in exchange for your first name and your email address. Well, that is a lead magnet. A lead magnet. So what I'm going to show you is how to build that campaign within your own Infusionsoft app so that you can create one for yourself. So I'm just going to go to the campaign builder, and what you're going to want to do is create a new campaign. Okay, and be sure to give it a good descriptive name so that when you look at your library of campaigns you know exactly what it does. I've already got a practice board, so I'm just going to load that up. Okay, so I've already pre-built what I'm going to show you, but panic not, I am going to build it all step by step and explain everything. But this is what the finished product is going to look like. It's super easy and simple. So we're going to start with dragging our web form goal onto the board. I'm just going to give it a name. Okay, now to go in and edit the web form, we just need to double click. So load that up. Now by default, Infusionsoft will give us the first name and email fields. I mean, for this campaign's purposes, I don't think we need to change this at all. So just go straight to the thank you page tab. Now, if you're hosting this form on your own website or in software such as ClickFunnels or Lead Pages or anything similar, what you're going to want to do is hit the drop down and click web address and put in the thank you page that you want people to go to after they've submitted the form that we just saw. Okay, so and now just the settings. If you want to be notified every time someone completes this form, pop your email address in here and maybe customize that title a little bit just so you know what you're being emailed about. If not, just leave it blank and no email will be sent out at all. So again, if you're hosting this form on your website or any other piece of third-party software, you're going to want to nick the code from here. Infusionsoft provide it in 3 different formats. So we have the JavaScript, HTML, and the HTML unstyled. If you don't know which type of code you need, or you have someone else that can do this for you, go down here and put in the email address of the person that can put this code on your website for you, and just pop a detailed message in to say what it's for and send the email, and then Infusionsoft will send them all 3 chunks of code and your developer can see who needs what. Alright, so I'm just gonna, to make this element of the campaign ready, I need to save it to draft, but before I do that I need to put a thank you page in. So I'll just put okay, so save that from draft to ready. Okay, now to go back I just click on the breadcrumb trail. Okay, so the first part's done. Now I'm going to drag a sequence on, so click and drag, put it where you want it. Now highlight over the element that you want to attach. Now we need to connect the web form to the sequence. So what we do is we hover over, click the green button, drag it up to here, and that's how we get that line. Okay, I'm just going to double click this text to rename my sequence. So it's always good to know what each sequence does. So now I'm going to double click to go into it. Now the first thing we want to do is apply a special tag. Each tag is going to be custom to whatever you're delivering to the contact. So in this case I'm just going to call it, I'd already named it, so I just named it downloaded my test ebook, but obviously this section here is going to be a lot more descriptive. This just helps you in future when you want to search for everyone who's downloaded this file, then you can just find absolutely everyone that's been through here. Okay, so the next step is to drag on the email. This is where we actually deliver the ebook. Just rename that, and now I'm going to double click and go into this. Okay, and when it loads, we're going to be presented with Infusionsoft's pre-built templates, and I mean you can have a scroll through and pick one that you like, or you can click one and edit it to make it your own. But personally, I always think that the simple personal emails are a lot more effective and feel a lot less salesy. So I'm always going to go to this simple text template here. So I just click use template. Now I've got to enter a subject. So here is your ebook. Okay, now to pop this away, just click the arrow at the top. Oh, but if we want to customize this a little bit, so if I want to address someone by their first name, I click merge up here, custom fields, first name. So if I were to receive this email, it would say, here is your ebook, Sarah, which I think stands out a little bit more than just the normal crap that you get in your inbox. So I just pop that back up. Now you can obviously put the content in that you need to. I'm just going to be super quick with this for demonstration purposes. Thanks for download. Okay, I'm just going to highlight it, and I would normally be pasting the direct link to the file itself. I mean, most WordPress users would be hosting this on the back of their WordPress website. If your website's built in something similar, I'm sure you've got a slightly different function. But if you don't have the ability to host the file yourself on your own website, there is a way that Infusionsoft can host it for you. I have done another video on this, which I'll put a link to in the description of this video and in the blog that I'm putting this video in. So panic not, I do explain everything. But for this video, I'm just going to put a simple link in here. Okay, so I'm going to save that from draft to ready. And I'm going to go back. And now that I've completed this sequence, this is all I want to add. Change that from draft to ready. Okay, so now this next bit that we're going to add is not a necessity, but it's good practice. All this does is Infusionsoft will send out another email within this sequence asking the contact to click a link to confirm their email. I'm sure that you've seen it all before, but it's definitely good practice to do to have someone double opt in to confirm their email address. So all you need to do is click this up here and drag it down to here. Okay, now we're going to connect it again, so get the green arrow, click and drag. I'm just going to space that out a bit, drag that bit out. Okay, so I will do a different video covering the confirmation email because by default they're quite bland. They're not as sexy looking as any other email, but I won't go into detail too much on this video. So there we go. Yeah, see here, the only text you can customize is this part. We can't change this at all. I am clicking and trying to highlight, but it's not happy. So I will do another video on that. Subject is required. I have a subject. There we go. It wasn't happy for some reason. Okay, so now we go back. And you can change the timer in here. We could change that to say 10 minutes. But you can't drag anything else in here. This is all you get when you drag in the email confirmation request. Right, so we're done here, so I'm going to change that from draft to ready. Go back to the practice board. Okay, now by default this is already green because these are connected. They don't need, nothing else needs to happen here. This is basically what you need to do. When you're happy, just click publish. Infusionsoft will run through a little checklist on your behalf and it will double check all of these are ticked. So when you're happy, click publish. And there we go. Now just go back to edit view. Okay, so now you can send the you can put the code, or the code will be live to put on your website. What you can't use the website code before the web form is published, because as far as Infusionsoft is concerned, that code hasn't even been made yet. It's just automatically added on here. So now I suggest you go and add this form, this code to your website, and test it. Enter your details yourself, put yourself through the campaign, double check you're happy with everything, and that is it really. If you don't have your own website or any account with lead pages or ClickFunnels, then what you can do is drag a landing page on, and this is essentially downloads ebook. This is essentially the same thing, but it's a landing page basically. You can create your own page dedicated to the lead magnet that you're offering. So if you can't put the web form on anywhere else on your website, then you can create your own page here, but it is a little bit basic, and I do suggest you use some third-party software, because it's okay, but there is better stuff out there. All right, but it is possible. Again, I'll do another video on how to customize a landing page properly, so you can make this look a little bit more fancy, or a little bit fancier, sorry. English is terrible. Okay, so I hope that answers all of the questions that you have. If you have got any more, please do comment below. I'll be more than happy to help answer any questions I've not answered. So please let me know. All right, happy campaigning.